Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Come make Shawty leave.
Oh no, I'm leaving. I'm
Leave.
leaving, don't worry. But guess
Hear
what,
what I'm
guys?
saying?
I'm trying to go to the house to get my baby's
somebody
clothes.
need to make Shawty
and
leave.
he's telling me I can't go to the house to get my baby's clothes because I only have 4 outfits for her. Because I want to leave. So, stop showing me, bro. You wanted to get on live to talk shit and put everybody in our business, trying to act like we haven't been together.
We haven't been together.
Okay.
they have a baby together.
We haven't been together.
You don't know what's going on?
I don't know what's going on. Oh my God, this is so funny.
That's what
This
I'm
is a
saying.
lie.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how you gonna go
That's what you
live
dealing
with
with.
me in the room right
You
there?
dealing with a
right
real
there
nigga.
talking
Just not.
about
Hey,
me.
listen.
Like as if I'm not gonna come out here and talk.
I'm gonna let y'all see what's going on. Like this is my reality.
You're such a cap ass man.
This is my reality.
This is
So
such a cap ass man. He wants to fuck me and fuck his baby mother and fuck all these Charlotte hoes and fuck all this shit. And me, I'll be okay with that, guys. And
That
me
girl's
come
just
back
standing
and
there
live
like,
here
what the fuck am I
and
doing
stay in
Can you
this
stop
fucking
touching
house
me?
with our child.
I don't want you to stay. I've been begging
Okay,
you to
yeah, I
leave.
know you tried
and
to kick me out
This one of them
yesterday at 3
real.
in the morning.
This
for
one of them
whatever the fuck
real.
reason.
This one of them real movies,
Yeah.
man. Y'all look
at
tune
that.
in and see what we dealing with. Like,
For sure.
shout it really cuckoo for Cocoa
Yeah,
Puffs.
really cool.
Real life,
Because
man. It
I'm
ain't.
talking for myself.
I'm not
defending
going.
myself. Because you're calling
your
me a
thing.
fucking crazy
I'm
ass
not-
woman
I'm not
on the
tripping. Do
internet
your-
trying to make me look bad because your ass was trying to pick me out to go to a hotel with our 3-month baby. What?
Listen.
What? You
Listen.
just gonna?
I got
How many times
I got the
you
entire
threatened
night.
me to leave?
Shawty, can
Go
I
ahead.
do my live?
No.
Steph,
Go ahead, do your live.
That's why the folks got to come get her out of here, man.
No, I'm leaving. Trust me, I'm leaving.
God,
But I need my stuff
Shawty's
from
really
your house
cra-
so I can leave here forever. and
Why
I'm
do
never
you
gonna
have
come
Why do
back
you
to
have
Charlotte.
stuff in my house? I've been trying to
What are
get
you
you to
talking
leave
about?
my
I
house
had
for
a
a
whole
week.
closet
Get
in
this
your
girl.
house.
No, I can't turn it off. I gotta
shoe
clear this
rack
up.
in your
So
house.
listen.
I had a whole closet. I have an underwear drawer, you idiot. I have
Somebody
a side
come
of a fucking
get
sink
this
in your
girl.
bathroom. Stop acting like I just came into your
Look at
life
her.
and
Look at
just fucking. Oh my God, you're so funny, bro. This is so funny. How you gonna go on live with me in the other room thinking I ain't gonna come out and talk?
I'm not tripping on you coming out. Why are you still here? You got to leave. This is real life. This
Where am I
not.
gonna go, sweetheart?
This not the shit with your
My flight is
parents.
later.
So yeah,
So what are we watching?
This is not the complete video.
this is
though.
not a complete video. No, this was a few days ago.
It escalates after this.
I think it's right here.
I'm trying to be. Listen.
You're not. You're not.
He's a great father.
Okay.
And you know that, David. Okay. He's a great father, right?
Who is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Manager, I don't know.
You wasn't my. You wasn't.
Who the hell is
I don't
that?
know, a friend.
Danielle.
The other lady.
You ain't never been my
His brother
girl.
is right there.
My
The
brother.
mother.
Call me his girl all the time. Don't
You know
say
Shawty
that
is theirs.
Oh, this
What
guy.
you know Shawty?
Is that the
Stop,
brother?
stop, stop the video there.
Who is that?
Okay,
That's
so
just
let's say,
random-
no. Let's say.
He said it's his brother.
I don't know who.
Wait.
I don't know who that
Let's
is.
say, let's say Jeff is in a situation like this.
Oh, God forbid.
Yes, God forbid.
I see where this is going. This is going
And
to
you
be-
that guy. And Jeff girl asked, "Are we in a relationship? What are you doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing?"
What I would say?
Yeah, what would we say?
I don't know.
What is he? You don't know.
It's not on me. It's
Yeah.
not my business.
no. Right answer.
It's not my
It's
business.
the right answer. Yeah.
If he says no, well then I'm sorry, honey.
That's exactly his reaction.
Yeah.
Listen, if my guy says no, then it's no. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But what did you think I was gonna say?
I don't know, man. I don't know. What would you do in this situation?
If my guy if my guy says it was never real, then I'm sorry, honey. I'm
It's
really
not
sorry
real. It's
for
not
you,
real.
But then it wasn't real. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Let me continue this.
What do you want me to say?
Hey, look, bro. This nigga know to have that phone out, man.
That's funny.
This is some trapper black nigga shit playing gone wrong.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Yeah, this is trying to trap a nigga gone wrong. I'm not
Trying to
going.
trap a nigga? Are you crazy?
Shawty,
You just
yeah.
came at me last night, you idiot.
Shout out, you begged me.
What did she say?
You be begging me.
Last night, you idiot.
You came at me.
She repeated it for you.
At me.
Man, let me run up a quick 10M.
Okay, don't ever
Let me run up.
disrespect our
Let me run up a
fucking
quick
child
10M. Somebody tell Mari to call
like
me,
that.
man.
Don't
Let's
fucking
put this shit on Mari. Shorty is Mari material. Get up out my crib. Come on, get off my table.
No, get outside.
Bitch, don't come out here.
Oh my God.
Get up off my table, Shorty.
Oh my God, no.
No, this shit staying on. Call them people to come get shorty up out my spot.
Go ahead,
Please,
call them
stop.
to get you and your
Call them
child out your
folks.
spot. Go ahead.
I'm stuck. Hey, help.
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 You're such a fucking dick.
Help, hey. Help me, nigga. Hey.
It goes on
Like
for
you
like
sitting there
for this like a
doing
while.
Wait until it escalates, though.
And where's my baby?
I don't think it will escalate.
See what I'm
It
saying?
will.
Like,
It's
step.
on live. It will.
Your baby is sleeping. I just put her to sleep.
Go
like I
back
do
there
every
with,
single
go
day.
with
In a
her.
few
Go-
seconds.
See what
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not
saying?
talking about my business
You-
like
my-
that. The fuck?
girl,
That ain't
girl.
for world. Ain't nobody was a part of my pregnancy. You weren't a part of my pregnancy. You don't need to tell nobody nothing. The fuck?
See, she don't want me to put out her real business, what her and her family got going on. That's the real
cool.
issue.
That's not nothing to do with us.
This girl got a real, you
Okay,
know,
that has nothing to do with us.
a real Matilda story type shit going on, you know. That I tried to save my child from.
Save your child.
She got to save her face, her family got to save her face. My family's not in the industry. Me being in the industry that take care of my family, it's a difference.
16 years old, sorry. That's why
I didn't win that. Hey, look,
right?
yeah, I didn't, you know.
So yeah, there's
There's
Wait, but
another video.
what's
There's another
the
video.
point?
Wait,
The
just
import-
wait.
yeah,
There's
that's what I'm
another
saying.
video.
What's the point where it's
Wait,
important?
wait.
Show me that.
I don't
Next video, next video.
I need to find the next video. But explain the situation. You know what happened?
So let me see. Okay, let me see if this is it right here.
No, that's not. That's
Well, let
not-
me see
that's
if I
not the
understand. So this is a girl that he's been dating. We've seen everybody's seen them.
The baby. Let's be
Together,
clear.
yes.
The baby.
Oh yeah, the baby's been dating Danny Lay. Everybody's seen them together before. They all thought they were a happy couple. Now they have
They
a
broke
kid.
up. They broke up. They broke
Well,
up.
clearly this is not going well.
Yeah,
But okay, so they have a baby together.
Clearly, yeah.
She's in his house, and he wants her to leave. The baby's also in the house, not the rapper, but the child.
Yes.
And he wants
Like
her
what
to
you did
leave.
there. Yes. Go ahead.
No, but I was really trying to. And he wants her to leave, and she doesn't want to leave. And he's doing a live explaining about how she's trying to paint her as. I don't get it. What is the problem?
So
Yeah.
Why
but
does she have to leave?
Just wait until it escalates. So the next video will show baby using profound.
You know what I mean? I don't really want, no child. The conditions is what it is, but it's a different country, so, it's cool. I'm rocking to whatever beat, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking to whatever beat.
Is this that?
I didn't skeet it in the wrong thing. I got to deal with what come with that. But my last name Kirk is what I do. So I take whatever come with that full responsibility. But
Okay.
shout it, it's cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. Shout it is cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. And shout it, not my girl. Ain't never been my girl. Is my side.
Yes. Go ahead.
oh, then they fight.
And now,
Shout it is a
Not a physical.
side. Act like she ain't- No, let's take it there. Her parents call them folks. Save me. Help. You see how Shawty went storming off when that truth came out.
Wait, it jumped
let me
into.
finish telling y'all
I
what
didn't
I'm
see it.
telling
They jumped a little bit. Let me go back a little.
y'all. Her parents call them folks.
Oh, wait.
And skeeted in the wrong thing. I got to deal with responsibility, but Shawty is cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. Shawty is cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. And Shawty is not my girl. Ain't never been my girl. Is my side bitch.
Yeah, the person who uploaded this video
Shawty,
yeah,
cut some
certified
shit out.
side.
cut the part. Cut the part.
But-
Anyways, the
yeah.
point is.
So the part that it's about is
Yes,
cut out.
exactly. The physical altercation. That's the part he or
probably-
she cut out.
Probably because it's YouTube or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay, so what happened?
So,
I'll find it somewhere else.
police basically escorted out, or authorities came to his house and basically got her out of the place.
Oh, so he didn't do anything.
No,
No, he did. He did.
oh, he did.
Okay,
I
so
missed-
for,
Explain it. You know the whole story.
I don't know.
Like he didn't get physical. She got physical. But
Oh, that tends to happen.
yeah, but my issue here is, first of all, she's your baby mom. Yeah? You have a child with this lady. Okay? Then you call her a certified side bitch, or I have no clue.
okay? What was the lead up to all of this? Because
I
To
also
me,
did
this-
it. How
to
did
me
this
was
happen?
The thing is, I can only go off of what I've seen here in this
Yeah.
situation, because I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not in their live. I'm not there.
Yeah.
What I see here is a relationship that is toxic. Okay, that is not working.
Yeah.
But okay. Anyways, I don't know how you can escalate it to this extent that you can call your baby mother, or at
The
least
mother of your child.
the mother of your child, a certified side hoe.
That's what he did.
I don't get it. I have no clue. Help me. Help me make sense out of it.
This is them.
I mean, I'd never do it, but
No, go ahead. Okay, explain how. In what
I would never.
situation-
No,
in what
I would never do
situation
it. I would.
would this
There was
be
no
justified?
situation. There's none. There's none.
That's
But
what I'm talking about.
I think. I think that we don't know. She could be a real problem.
Anyways,
You still don't call her that.
Plus,
My main
why
thing
do
is,
you go
why is
on?
it filmed? Why is it on? Yeah, why? That's my main
What are
thing.
you going on?
Why is it? Why? That's the part I didn't get. Why is it on live?
Because that's his. That's how
They have been on live
that's how
their
he
whole
rolls.
relationship.
That's how he rolls.
That's how everybody rolls, though.
That's how he rolls.
They have been on live their whole relationship. There has been videos of them in the bed kissing and doing all kinds of stuff. Like,
That's why it also doesn't really work. I know. I've seen those.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't get. Oh, she's not my girl. I'm like, well, I don't
Like,
think that's-
she
I
was
don't think-
clearly
I
your
don't-
girl.
I don't think that's accurate.
Exactly.
But-
no, but
Exactly.
let's go over the facts here. You've been on with her on live and called her like you love her, and you showed like you know what them cutesy couples do. Like I love you this much, and you showed it with hands. You did that. You had a baby with her.
Yeah.
She moved in with you. Like she said, she has a whole closet full of clothes in your house.
Yep.
She lived there, and now suddenly, what?
It doesn't make sense, man. First of all, I don't like the way he's not even portrayed. He's doing this himself. The way he's acting, he's moving in
Some of
media
these-
in general.
Some of these
Doesn't
dudes
make
are
sense.
weird.
What I just said. Listen, your music isn't doing the same thing as the things you do around the music.
Well, that's how we feel. People like.
No, seriously, but seriously.
Nah, let's
Like,
be honest. Let's be honest. Even the people who feel like his music, at some point they also realize like your music is not this good for you to be able to do this much.
All of these antics, it doesn't make
Well,
sense.
let me play devil's advocate.
No,
Go ahead. No.
go
Go
before
ahead.
you do that.
Go
Go
ahead.
over the list of stuff he has done.
I don't support any of this. Let me be very clear.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of any of
Okay.
his or his music lately. The
Okay.
first album was good, but after that, I don't know.
It's the same shit.
But don't you think there's people that actually like this attitude, this energy that he's putting out? There's a lot of support that he gets for behaving this way, no?
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that
Yeah.
the problem?
It's also the problem.
In society, you mean?
Yes.
Oh yeah, well, of course. Yeah, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
I think it's nuts. I think this is absolutely
This is
nuts.
insane. This is
I
the
think
dumbest
there's
shit ever.
no. I mean, in general, I'm not big on calling women names and stuff. Say whatever you want. In general, I'm not really into that.
Yeah.
Especially not in. Never someone you're dating. Never
And your
someone
mom-
you have a
and your
child
mom
with.
is there.
Never.
And
no,
your
no.
mom is there.
That was his mom?
Who was that lady?
That was his mom.
That was his mother.
I don't know. I think it
If
was
that is
mom.
his mother
That
is
was not his mother.
is way too relaxed.
That was not his mother.
That's
The
not his
mother-
mom.
The lady was way
That's
too
like a
young.
sister or
The
something.
lady was way too young.
Still, whoever that was,
There was
a woman
somebody.
was there.
There were
and
other people there.
Yeah, okay.
There was somebody who would be like a brother, and he did the right thing like a brother should do. Just film. Just shut up and film.
He didn't.
He was filming himself.
No. He was filming the
He
situation.
was filming the situation.
Oh.
My brother would do. My brother would do the same thing. He would just stand at the door and just. Like
Wait,
the
hold on a
camera.
But
second.
when it comes, come.
The baby was filming himself, right?
Yeah, but there
and
was
the
another
other
dude.
guy was filming the situation itself
I hate that, but I get it.
from a different angle.
No,
it
you
makes
should-
sense.
you
It makes sense.
should,
It makes
you
sense.
should,
It makes
but
sense.
I hate it
What
still.
else could you do?
You have
What
to,
else
but
could you do in this
you
situation?
have to, but I hate it. That's why I never want to be in a situation in the first place.
Yeah.
Because you have to, of course. If some wild shit happens,
Exactly.
you need to be able to say, "Yo, no, this is how it went." Before she
Yep.
go and
Yep.
create her own.
Narrative.
Fucking
Right?
narrative.
Yeah.
I assume that is why he thought he did right by going live.
Nah, but that's not
Still.
true. He went live before
Yeah,
she showed up. He
yeah,
went live. That's why she
100%.
showed up.
100%.
Yeah, but I think in his mind, he justifies it that way. But this whole situation is weird.
But then you're live. First, you don't call. I'm not big on that. I
No,
just don't. I don't.
You're
get it.
right.
You don't call a woman names. Definitely not if you're dating her. Definitely, absolutely never
If you
not.
have a
If
child
you have a
with her.
child with her, the child's gonna see this.
This man
Exactly,
is
right?
wilding for no reason. This really didn't have to happen. But yeah,
Oh, what happened is what I want to know. How? What did she do? How did
The
we
thing
get
is-
here?
So what I
we
read
can speculate all we want.
what I read is
Well, I don't
that
know. Maybe it's
Okay,
out
go
there.
ahead, go
what I
ahead.
read was
Information's out
that
there.
she
Did you read anything about this?
on Twitter.
You have a lot of time.
Because she was saying some stuff in the video, like he cheated or something,
Yeah.
or
Basically, he has other kids with other women. And apparently he was still fucking with those women.
And her.
At the same time. So she was angry about that.
Fucking with, as in having sex with, or
yes.
Okay, so let's walk through this. So he has a child with this girl.
Yes.
He has children with other women.
Yes.
He has children.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's sleeping with the other woman he has children with.
Yes. Okay.
Not a very nice thing to do.
Listen.
Apparently.
Then again.
Allegedly. Because you never know what the internet is, if the internet is right.
Didn't he kind of admit this also in the video? He
Kind of.
He didn't deny it.
Okay, no. He basically said you're the site. And maybe he saw it that way as well.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the
Come on, man, careful.
Oh, that's your thing. Okay, go ahead.
Careful.
Go ahead.
Well, no, hold on now.
Careful.
You have to make sure if you're going to move this way, you do
Oh,
it.
Jesus.
We've discussed this before.
Yeah, I know we discussed
Justify
this.
Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
You have to make sure if you're going to move this way
Yeah.
that you do it with the right woman, not with one that's not going to,
Support it.
that's not going to know going to get with the schedule.
Yeah.
Going to follow the agenda. If she's not with that, then
she's not with that, and you
she's
should not
with
be
it, then
doing
you
it.
shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
It's tough for me. You fuck someone to get pregnant.
But this was a whole thing that was happening online. Twitter has been talking about this for the last few days, and they've been discussing with each other if this is appropriate behavior or not.
My issue is the point where you go live and call her names and get physical. That is unacceptable. But before that,
You can have an argument. You can talk about
I mean, if
whatever.
you want to fuck other people, I mean, look,
That's your prerogative.
there's a way to go about it. But I mean, also, and is it well?
What
Well,
do
he
you
has
wanna say?
kids. He has kids with other women.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
What do you want to say?
I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
He have a kid. He has a kid with.
Be
other
clear
women.
in what you're saying.
Yeah,
We're on a
what are you saying?
podcast. People
What
are
are you
listening in
saying?
the
What are you
car.
We're together.
Yeah.
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 And I fuck someone else.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Okay.
However, if it's someone I have a kid with, though, well, then
There's already blood.
we might as well, right? What's
Okay,
the
but
difference?
okay. So let's say you have a girl,
Mhm.
yeah, and you have a kid with that girl,
Mhm.
and you break up with that girl, and then you get a next one.
Mhm.
If you go back to that girl you previously was with,
Mhm.
is that okay?
Well, we have a kid together. You see.
Yeah.
So,
Is that okay?
well, it's not. It's not as bad. It's not as bad. I think. It's not as bad. It's a different level.
How are you gonna justify this? Go ahead.
I can't justify it, but it's not as bad.
Isn't it worse though?
It's not
Isn't
justifiable.
it worse though?
But you know what it is?
Isn't it worse?
Here's why. Let me
Isn't it worse?
Let me get to what I'm. No,
Is
it's
it
not
worse?
worse. No, it's not.
because-
Definitely not worse.
Wait. Because
Definitely not worse. No,
what guys could do. No, get this. What guys, how guys can justify, cheating. I'm not justifying cheating. Okay. Yeah. But anyways, how they can justify it is that they were not emotionally invested or attached in any
Let's be honest.
way.
Let's be honest. That's a lie most of the time.
Come on, listen. Let me just finish, okay? How is he trying to get people in trouble? Anyways, in this situation, you have some sort of attachment, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be emotional,
That made it-
the kid, that's the obvious one. But I mean, the emotional part, you hope when you enter another relationship that's over with. You understand?
Mhm.
So the second you go back to that woman you were with before,
Emotionals on again.
the emotions are, there again.
I'm just saying, it's very common for dudes to fuck the baby mama
When they're
It
in a
is.
relationship.
It is.
in a relationship, outside a relationship.
Yeah, but
it's kind of like
What I'm saying is that is worse than just a random lady.
I don't know. I don't know if it is.
Okay, what's your perspective?
Well, I mean, if you do it with just a random lady, you could have prevented that. You could have just, you know what I mean? Like, you could have just not done that. But
you can not do
there's
that.
a lot more pressure
How so?
because you have a kid together.
Where's the pressure then?
There's a
Yeah,
lot
no.
more familiarity. There's a lot more of a.
It's easy to slip into
That's
old habits.
my point. Is thank you, Jeff.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's
That's
very
what you're
common. It actually happens very often.
All right. Okay. I can
I'm just
see-
saying. Like, there's other apps.
No,
dude.
I've
I can see
seen
the
it.
same- I can see the
My
case,
guy,
right?
I've seen Love and Hip Hop, so I know.
That's my
it happens.
point.
I know it happens. Oh yeah, but still. What do you
Listen.
saying? What are you saying?
I wouldn't do
What are you
it.
saying?
I
No,
wouldn't
I'm
do
not
it.
saying it.
Okay.
Listen, I would never do it. I would never do it. I'm just saying, if
People,
someone
I'm looking
does
at
it,
his face and I don't believe him.
I would never do it. I'm just saying if someone does it, well, I would do it if I wasn't in a relationship with someone.
But if you were, you wouldn't do it.
No.
Okay.
No. Because then you get this mess.
This is a mess.
That's what I would avoid.
Nobody needed to see this.
With.
This did not have to be a topic for the whole week or the whole.
Well,
weekend.
isn't that the real? That's my real question. I know people have talked about it before, and it's the whole thing. But why do we have to film everything again? I really don't follow.
It's a habit.
It's like a second. It's like a second nature type of. Exactly. Oh, now live, and now everybody has to know. But for what?
I've never been live, and I don't think I need to ever go.
You will.
Yeah, definitely. Jeff is the whole Twitter guy.
Otherwise, the only reason why we would go live is for this podcast or any other project.
Well, at some point when you become a pop star, you're gonna have to do it.
Become a pop star? What are you talking?
You'll get.
Hey, we didn't introduce ourselves. We are the Three Younger Men.
Oh, we didn't.
I'm Jeffrey.
Duncan.
Oliver.
All right, and we have been talking about the baby and all of that stuff.
So where is it now? She got escorted out by the police, even though he hit her, or what happened?
No. I think she hit him.
Yeah.
And he didn't hit her back or anything. So he's good in that.
Oh, thank God.
Part.
Jesus Christ.
No. You thought.
I couldn't see the whole thing. I didn't know.
No.
Oh, good.
No.
They're just a separate place.
Well, hold on. See, that now I want to talk about.
What?
See, that's one of those things where I'm just like.
Oh, he wants to talk about women and men.
No, but you see, no, that's no.
Oh, okay, good.
My thing is just like why. That's just the worst. That's the worst. It's the worst scenario. It's the worst scenario. When now she hits you.
Yeah.
You don't hit back because you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
But you see how quickly this can go wrong.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Because when there's a physical
altercation,
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Get very quickly to. That's when if it happens fast, things happen fast. That's why you can get a situation where someone says, "Oh, but he hit me. That's why I hit him back." Or that, you see what I'm saying? Those type of.
But that's why his guy was filming.
Man, that's ridiculous.
You
shouldn't have called her names, but you don't put your hands. I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's okay for
either way. No,
either. That's my point. I don't think it's okay for. I don't think it's okay for a woman to put her hands on a dude ever.
Yeah,
I don't think
this whole thing.
That's a big no. That girl has to leave my house now. She has to leave. She has to leave the house.
Oh, but you know what's gonna happen.
What do you mean?
In a week or two,
they'll be fine.
Oh, they'll be back together.
Yeah. In a week or two, they will be back together, and it will be like nothing ever happened. She will be posting thirst traps, and he will be liking them and talking about her. I
don't know why I know this, but her brother responded to this whole video.
She has a brother.
She has a brother. I don't know if it's younger or older. Anyways, he got in. I think he got in a car accident, so he responded a little later, and he said,
"My guy, you're in a car accident. Fix yourself. Relax."
Yeah, there was something wrong with his neck. I don't know, something wrong with his neck. He was saying.
You're gonna respond to some internet drama shit?
My guy, he went on live or at least.
Why are you going on live?
Listen, at least made a video. He made a video, and he was talking about the second we link up, we see each other, you gonna catch a fade. Referring to the baby.
We know.
Yeah, okay. Anyways. So his problem was that he made it personal when he started talking about the family, and that's why he's going to have
come on,
face off.
Relax. You're in the hospital. You just broke your neck.
He just left. I think the hospital.
Go back into the hospital. Go back. You got in a car accident just now. And you're trying to beef with the nigga.
Don't ask me.
What is this world? What is this world?
You know how stumped.
You know what the issue is? The issue is that you have literally children that are globally famous and multi-millionaires. That's what the issue is.
Yeah.
He's mentally the kid.
Well, the baby's
mentally
a grown
and
ass
physically.
man. What are you talking about?
But mentally though, how old is he really? He's not that.
He's
How old is he?
Like
28, 29?
No, he's younger than us.
No,
he's younger than us.
28, 29, something like that. I think so.
Oh, shit. Doesn't behave that way.
He's 29.
Told you.
He's about our age.
You way too old, baby.
That is true. That is very true. He's way too old to behave this way.
Oh, he blew up late then.
Yeah.
Some people blow up late.
No, maybe not. Maybe
he blew up like 3 years ago, 2019.
Yeah.
He was 26. That's not too late.
Nah,
No, it's late. It's late in the industry.
Most of these dudes
in
are
the industry.
15 now.
Yeah.
Most of these dudes are
It's
16
late in the
now.
industry. He blew up around Jay's age.
Yeah, with the age it used to be.
Yeah.
A lot of shit happened in the little while that we didn't record.
What happened?
This tragic thing that happened at Travis's
Oh, we're talking about this. Come
concert.
on, really?
A lot of information is already there. We don't need to talk about it a lot. There's not much we need to check or see. But yeah, no. At
What are the
Travis,
latest updates?
the latest is that one more kid unfortunately passed.
Kid.
Yeah,
9 years old.
9.
Yeah. 9-year-old, he passed.
It was on the shoulders of his dad, and in the whole mix.
His dad took him to Astroworld.
Yeah,
man.
the kid was a huge fan of Travis. He
At
wanted
9.
he wanted to see Travis one time, and unfortunately this
So
happened.
that brings the total to 10.
I thought the total was 9, but
Nope, it's 10.
10. Oh, shit. That's
He was the
worse.
10th, I think.
That's even worse. And there's still
That was a girl. That was a girl.
Yeah.
She passed, and after that, the little kid passed.
Condolences to all the families and friends, of course. But yeah, this is a super tragic.
So what happened?
So at Travis's concert, the very first thing that happened is it was sold out. And on Twitter, people wanted to have more tickets. So Travis said, you know what? The unruly ones, the real ones, something in that vein, they can still come true. We're going to open it up. You guys can just jump the fences and get in your way or anything like that. So
Responsible.
that's the very first thing he did. Then when the festival started, it didn't even start properly. People run the gates. They ran over the security guards. They ran past the gates. There are multiple videos of the gates being destroyed, basically by people running and trampling each other. And the festival starts that way. After that, it seems to calm down. It seems to be regular. The festival goes on its way. Travis is going to record at his headline time. Everybody runs towards the stage where he is, obviously. He's the headliner. He's the only person playing. Normally festivals have like 3 or 4 stages where people can go to, so the crowd is mixed and spread, and maybe towards the end they do one big show. But by that time, a lot of people are tired. They're not going to run there. They're going to take their time to get there. So they make sure that everybody is in a kind of good mood or in the right state of mind. These people, hype as fuck. They were waiting for him. He's the only one playing there. They run to the stage. When that happens, the people that were already waiting on the stage are getting crushed. First thing. Yeah, everybody's pushing. Everybody wants to be at the very front. So everybody's just pushing everybody at the front right up until the barricades there. Travis performs. The first few people start fainting. The people that are in the front, if they jump, they don't come down. They are stuck.
What do you mean they jump?
If they jump and their feet are off the ground, because it's so tightly packed, their feet are not coming to
Why are they jumping?
music. They want to be hyped. They want to be whatever.
I'm old. I'm really old. Yeah, I'm really old. I really don't understand the whole thing. I don't understand the whole thing at all.
Apparently,
I'm really an old motherfucker.
Apparently, there are a few mosh pits there. People faint. Travis stops the show like 1 or 2 times. He says, hey, get him out of there.
Yeah.
He fainted, and he stops the show a few times because people are legit not feeling well. At some point, it gets so bad that people start realizing they're standing on people.
Wow. You just noticed it?
People,
the whole person is on the...
Some like I've been to a Travis show here in the Netherlands in Tilburg. And
my guy.
Look at you.
No, but I'm just gonna get into something. Like when sometimes people jump and they get hype, like a quarter of the crowd just drops. That happened to me while I was there. Quarter of the crowd just drops. Everybody's laying on the floor. Just happened in front of me, and people are trying to get up. Sometimes they stumble somebody's leg, on somebody's shoulder. They help people up. Here, people are still civil enough to help each other. There, people were just so hyped, they didn't care. They just stood on people.
Were there drugs involved?
Of course.
I was not going to answer that, but okay. Yeah. It's a festival. There's always drugs involved. At any festival, there's always a few people or a lot of people having drugs. But apparently people notice that and they say, hey, there are people dying, stop the show. They go up to cameramen. They go up to security guards. People ain't doing shit. At some point, the police in Houston says, "Hey, this is state of emergency. We're shutting down the festival." They don't tell Travis. He continues performing for 30 more minutes and brings Drake out as well during those 30 minutes. So the two of them are there, but the festival has actually officially been closed by the officials around. Nobody tells them apparently, or they know and they just keep going, either of the two. And there's multiple ambulances going over the crowd. There's stories from multiple health workers there that say like it was fucking chaos. Normally they work in pairs, but they couldn't work in pairs because there were so many people who fainted or were in traumatic situations, all that kind of stuff. There was a girl who is a nurse herself or something, or a medical worker herself. She fainted. She woke up in like a medical center there. When she woke up, she basically started helping people because they did not have enough people. So she, as a person who just fainted, wakes up and immediately needs to help people because these people cannot handle it. That was the situation. It was really, really bad. In the end, the numbers out of my head were about 300 or so injured. And when this thing just came out, it was about maybe 8 or 9 kids unfortunately died. And now the number is slowly creeping up because some of these kids in the hospital are not making it.
Yeah, exactly. It started with 8.
Right.
And
So
I think
that's the situation at the festival. Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I think what is very important and what is lacking, I think, in most of these situations, and I can even mention the situation with Alec Baldwin with the gun.
Oh yeah,
That also
that
happened.
was also nuts.
That's also tragic.
That was
But
There's
around
also
the
new
same-
information about that. There was never any line in the script where he was supposed to shoot.
well, listen.
He just had a gun. He was not supposed to shoot it, but he shot it.
But the point is here.
Yeah, yeah.
The point is what is
Why
lacking
did
in
he- yeah.
what is lacking in all of these situations is who is responsible. And I think if you define that before all of this happens,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's pretty clear with the festival.
Oh really?
go ahead.
I was
Go
completely
ahead.
confused.
Who's responsible?
Live Nation.
Well, they're suing Drake.
There's two in Travis.
They will always
They're
sue.
suing
They will
Apple.
always do that.
Why?
Biggest money
Drake has more money than Live Nation.
Yeah.
is the easy. Like you can actually say with a case.
I mean, it could be true. I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know. It's
actually it could be.
could be true.
No, but you can actually say like
You don't
they
know
are
what's
liable
up.
for keeping the festival going.
Drake is.
And Travis, maybe more Travis than
You
Drake.
see, but no, you see how complicated it is?
It is
You
complicated.
can't
I'm
tell
not
you
following
can't
it.
tell me
I'm
with a
not
straight
following
face.
it. It's not easy.
Okay, so it's Travis, it's Drake.
Well,
or
that's why
not.
they're just suing
Exactly.
everybody.
That's why they're suing
just
everybody.
to be sure.
So that's why it's important for you to define who
But
is responsible.
you know
in,
how it's gonna-
in any situation.
But you know how it's gonna go. Live Nation is gonna do everything in their power to not take responsibility.
But
at
of
all.
course, but I mean that's why it's important to define it before. So let's
Nobody
say,
will. But
let's
that's the thing. You're right.
Mhm.
But nobody will define it
at the moment, of
for
course.
for legal reasons. It is in everybody's best interest, unfortunately, to say, "Hey, nobody is."
No, but exactly.
vague.
To keep it vague.
Yeah,
Because the second you say or you apologize or any of the parties apologize, they become liable.
I think
Yeah,
that
but
I
they
think
did
that's what
apologize.
happened to
Yeah.
Travis.
Well, yeah, but come on. What he was supposed to do, not apologize?
He
That
had no
also
choice.
doesn't
No,
work.
but I mean in the sense that like he wasn't apologizing for that. His
Like it was his fault.
Yeah, like it was his
more like
fault.
that it happened.
that
Yeah.
it actually happened.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
okay.
He was sad about so this is
You have to.
this was my
nuts.
this was my concert, and
Can you
if I
imagine?
knew what was happening, I would have intervened beforehand. So because it's very vague.
But that's also my thing because I didn't understand that. But when I saw some of the clips, this
He
man
did,
is
but he
he's at
did.
the stage.
yeah.
The shit, but some of the shit was happening behind him. Apparently,
Yeah.
even other shit was happening like way in the back there.
Some of the shit was happening right in front of him.
Yeah, but okay, but
Some.
But listen,
if you're
come on.
performing,
Yeah.
you're an artist. Right? I'm trying to think from that perspective. I've seen other shows of his before. People do mosh pits, stuff like this happens.
Exactly.
To what extent do you become?
Yeah.
Are you really aware that this time it's different? You see what I'm saying? Like if you've been doing shows for years, crazy shit happens.
Exactly.
It's what happens. There's people that there's paramedics. They'll take
100%.
It's not my job to stop every fucking time something happens. Otherwise, I have to stop every 2 minutes. There's people there to take care of it. I pay them, so I
Exactly.
just
Take
focus on the
care
show.
of it. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
If
what you expect.
That's what you're thinking.
True.
It's only until later that you go, no, wait, people died, and you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I don't see
the line?
see how you can say it's just his.
The difficulty with Travis
is it?
Because also if you end it, you start. Yeah.
Is it even his fault? Because I don't. The thing is, of course, in this like in a moral sense, right? From a moral perspective, he does have some sort of responsibility. But
Of course, it's your thing. It's your name.
It's your thing. Exactly. It's your name is attached.
Yeah.
Not even attached. You're the headliner. It's your.
Yeah, but
it's your concept.
Astroworld is
It's your
his.
concept.
He's-
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
his thing,
Exactly.
yeah.
But you have people that are put in different functions, different locations to
You expect
avoid
them to
these
work.
situations. Exactly. They are responsible for to make sure that, for example, like the people that are in certain locations are good. You have security. You have people managers, everything. So you can focus on your craft, performing. So, in my opinion, I don't know. To what extent he's responsible though.
I think I think the responsibility becomes a little bit more difficult if people and courts, especially, start taking in account his history.
What do you mean his history?
He has a history of riling crowds up to the point where situations become very dangerous. There has been a festival goer that got told by him to jump off a fence or some high structure. He jumped off and is now paralyzed for the rest of his life. There have been multiple situations where he told people to beat up somebody in the crowd.
Yeah, because he stole I think one of his shoes or something like that.
Still,
Can't do that. You can't be doing.
no, still. In a
But it
court,
was all fun and game.
It's not fun and games.
No, but it was
What do you
all
mean?
fun and games before. Now it's
Yeah, but
I see what
that can be
you mean.
that can be
Yeah, but that's what it is.
I know.
That's
it
the
can
problem.
it can
True.
show
You did it
like a
then, it
history
was
of
okay.
exactly.
yeah.
It was left behind, and
Yeah.
now when this happens, now they're gonna.
It's
pull that shit up.
resurfacing. Everything is
Yeah, but of course, that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like it's like a sad thing. This man, Travis, has been already canceling shows. He's been already.
His Nike deal. Not a completely deal.
It's
deal,
not gone.
But I mean, the shoe he was about to drop,
Yeah.
got postponed. For example,
I'm not buying it.
I wasn't buying shit.
No, but I mean in general, I wouldn't buy a show. I wouldn't go to
Yeah.
your show either.
That's
Yeah,
the
I've
thing.
seen
That's
kids-
the thing that's
one,
happening.
Like that's really ruined. So now he's doing a new show. You going? I'm not going.
There's even people saying that they're not listening to his music anymore.
See, that I find different. My thing would be more like, oh, that's the show where a bunch of people died. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm not going. Yeah, see, that's what
yeah.
that's how my reaction is. I'm
It's,
not going there for another madness to happen.
Probably.
But it's not
that
like
show-
he did like his fault.
But probably
In terms
the
of,
next
like, I would
show,
listen
the
to his
next
music.
show, the next show, he's about to,
If he
whenever
doesn't,
it,
if he does
ever
it next
do
show.
it, right? It will be the safest show you'll ever see.
I don't know.
Probably.
No, probably. They'll probably legally make him do it that way. Though.
Yeah,
They probably wouldn't
You'll
allow.
have to, yeah.
They'll there'll be like 10 times as much paramedics there. And all sorts of,
Exactly.
they'll
Everybody
make
needs to
it-
be seated. Like
They'll cap it also.
I
That's
don't
another.
care.
It should have been capped. Because that's the thing. There were apparently way too many people there.
Yeah, yeah.
Way too many people. Yeah.
yeah.
And that's the first place where it goes
Look,
wrong.
Yeah.
Apparently, the venue could handle more, but they just didn't have enough staff. They were way understaffed, or the space that they carved out for the festival was just too small. Maybe the terrain could hold more, but the space they carved out it was just way too small. But whatever is gonna happen, I don't think that festival is coming back anytime soon. Maybe like a few years break. Maybe
It's because
a revival at
everything
some
is
point.
about branding. Now, if you hear Astroworld, it's associated with death and
Yep.
of children. I'm
Yep.
not
It's-
going.
it's
I'm not.
By
If
the
I'm a
way-
festival promoter,
Yeah.
I'm not selling. How am I selling that? I can't
It's-
sell that.
it's-
I'm not.
it's impossible.
Nobody's selling those
Possible.
tickets.
Yeah.
Nobody's selling those tickets. Who's selling those tickets?
And have you guys
You-
heard
you-
about the how it even escalated, like the whole conspiracy thing around it, like devil worshipping and
Oh no,
and
people
all
are
of
going
that.
wild. No, people are stupid.
Like people,
people are
You
stupid.
lost me. What happened?
People are stupid.
What happened?
so people, because they don't have actual answers, they start speculating, and you know how people are, society nowadays. So they started talking about devil worshiping. That was that's the
The
reason
internet
why-
is a stupid place.
Who's worshiping the devil?
It's probably Twitter people.
It was.
No, I mean, what did they mean? I don't get it. What's the conspiracy?
Travis.
You know,
Travis
the people that
worships the devil.
died were sacrificed. You know, for
This was
you know,
this was a
Lucifer.
big ass ritual to sacrifice some souls for some gain of some sort.
exactly. Or and
By
even,
who?
and
By
even
who?
this.
By Travis.
By
By
Travis,
Travis
by
and I don't know,
Live
by
Nation,
the
by
Illuminati or
by
Jeffrey
some
Epstein.
The Rock. I have
some
no clue. I don't
some
know.
of these
something like that. Something like that. And even like another story about you know, there was
People need
I
school.
think some sort of
It's
drug
disgusting.
that was drug distributed on you know on the like
I heard that one that they were
during the-
injecting people with drugs.
injecting
Yeah.
people, and they were fainting and
That-
etc.
You know what's
There was
fucked
one-
up?
there was
You know
one
what it is?
story
That
about
does
that.
happen, though.
No,
Yeah.
but get this.
I'm not
get
saying
this.
happening, but there is a thing
Why
that people
isn't that?
that
Why
happens.
isn't so? Why isn't that you know found in everybody that died or you know?
No, I don't think it's true. No. What do you mean? Maybe you mean something. I mean, what I heard was
for example, the injection. Like
There was
no, but
one-
more like they said there was a person
Yeah, that
who
was
was going
injecting
around
people.
just injecting people. Yeah, but that does happen.
It happened.
no.
That is a
I
thing
get
that
I
people
get
do. They think it's funny or some shit. But it's
How's
like
that
the
funny?
shit.
How's that funny?
I don't know. It's like a weird. That's the idea behind it. It's like a weird. Like apparently it's supposed to be like a I don't know, like a prank or something. It's something weird. That I'm dead ass. This is a thing. This is a thing. I'm not saying that
You're not that old, my guy.
No, I'm not. Yeah, but okay, but I'm not saying it happened here because here they proved that it was not true.
Yeah.
But it is a thing that has happened in
Okay.
big venues and places where you can't really see who's who and you're close to each other. Then there's people who think it's funny just inject people with like or like with dirty needles or something. Not even with drugs in it, but like the needles are just dirty or some weird shit like that.
People like that.
I've heard of stuff like that before.
It's like this.
My guy, you see, I'm home.
Shit.
I don't go nowhere. This is, I don't. This is mad, fam.
This place
It's
is mad.
COVID-19. What are all these fucking people doing there in the first place?
I don't know, man.
Bro.
See, you're not supposed to ask that question, but I really want to know the answer to that question.
Bro.
How did you even
Bro.
get this off?
Have you seen the stages of Rolling Loud of all these other festivals in America? America has been worse off than most of these places on the planet. They have a lot of vaccines, but still, they've been worse off, and they are doing this kind of shit. Well, not yeah.
Madness.
Yeah.
Condolences.
Yeah.
To the families. That is horrible. and tragic.
It is
Yep.
insane.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I really also don't. What I also don't get. I don't mean it in what has happened is horrible, but I also still think there should be a conversation about like age limits. Like, how is an 11-year-old? And I just don't get that. Maybe it's me.
How old was he? 9,
How
10?
can-
There
What?
wasn't
No, but there were more. There was like a 14-year-old. How is it not 18 plus? That's what I didn't get. I didn't understand. I don't know shit about festivals and concerts, but I thought they were 18 plus or
No.
21-year-old plus if you're an American.
A lot
Americans
of these
transaction,
concerts allow a lot of these festivals and concerts allow you to bring a kid if you're accompanied by
An adult.
an adult,
I just don't.
and that adult is gonna vouch to take care of you at
I
that
don't.
festival.
That's me. But that's me.
I understand that. Like I've been
I just don't get it. I
Like,
wouldn't think.
there are multiple festivals where that normally goes right, but then again, like I said, there are multiple stages.
I'm a boring. I'm a boring dude. I'm a boring.
Listen, but it's actually very doable. If there are multiple stages,
I
if
would
the
never
if
do
the
it.
crowd is calm, if the area is big enough, you can just have a kid with you. The kid can be on your
Yeah, but
shoulder.
look,
the,
if-
the kid
if-
can walk with you. It's fine.
There's a lot of ifs.
If it's
There's a lot of ifs.
if it's a Hannah Montana concert, cool. No, I'm dead ass. Then okay. A Travis Scott concert.
Listen,
I'm bringing my child. I'm sorry. Listen,
Here in
if horrible's
Amsterdam,
happened,
here
I
in
just wouldn't
Amsterdam,
do it.
there's the
I think there
festival-
should be a limit. Just by law, it should be like, no, it's not allowed. Then you see what I'm saying?
Here in Amsterdam, there's a festival called Appelsap. You know,
I know it. Yeah.
it's a regular place.
Apple juice.
It's a regular place where
Why do
parents
that?
bring their
Why
kids.
do you have to do that?
How do they know? They translate.
They will Google Appelsap and they will see.
We've been international.
This nigga.
We gotta help people here.
No,
Go
seriously,
ahead,
we
go
are
ahead.
international.
My nigga, go ahead.
No, but there's a festival Appelsap where just people are coming with their kids, like a day trip for families as well, and it works.
Yeah, but who performs there?
A day trip? Okay, really?
No,
go ahead, go ahead,
We're
go ahead.
old. We're old.
Travis performed there. There are multiple people from America that are big hip
You
hop
taking
artists.
your kid to a festival? The
Older.
apple juice?
If he's older,
How old?
You see this?
I would not do 9,
Yeah, but well,
14,
no shit.
14, 15, 16, some shit like that. I
Well,
would.
then it's just see. That's
He's
funny
lying,
because
he's
no, but
lying,
hold on,
he's
no, hold on,
lying.
hold on.
I'll go with the kid.
No, hold on. But that's one where I kind of I don't think it's as bad. But then it's awkward. Like, why does he want his dad there?
Right.
That's the one. Then I don't get that part. You know,
Okay,
I don't know. That's just me.
I can see that. I can see that.
That's true. That's true.
Depends on how the relationship is at that point.
Yeah. Okay. I can understand that one a little bit more. I
Yeah.
can understand.
No, but
I don't know. I just,
it's a thing. It's a thing people do.
I mean, I've seen rap concerts. It's no place for a child.
It isn't.
That's just me.
It's
Like,
a
it's
thing
just
people do.
even.
It isn't.
I understand what you mean, but it works for some people. They have a lot of fun. I've seen multiple people with their kids.
I swear, Jeff.
Fun and
I
that
swear,
works.
Jeff. I feel like you would be the type of guy.
I would be the type
to bring a 9-year-old.
I would be the type.
Depends on. Well, okay. Well, hold on now. Are we talking Travis Scott? Or are we talking Chance the Rapper? That's also a difference for me. No, I'm dead ass serious.
Okay.
No, I know.
It's a big difference.
You're right.
That's
You're
what I
right.
mean. Like I was specifically
Yeah.
this concert.
Yeah.
This one. Have you seen this foot? I've seen footage of his concert before. This is not a place for a child.
I've been to multiple
it's
shows of this dude. It's
Chance
rowdy.
the Rapper.
By the way, wait. Before we
Childish
continue,
Gambino.
wait. Before we continue, though, let's not pass this conversation, because how is he going to multiple concerts of this guy? Where was
No, not
I'm
concert.
happy I wasn't there.
Hold up.
No. But before this,
Hold up. Not
I
concert.
don't care.
I went to Upple Sub where he performed one time, and I went to Wuha where he performed.
Okay. Whatever.
I didn't go to his
You
concert.
saw motherfuckers was collapsing and shit. What am I doing there? I'm not good with that.
No.
I don't like. I don't. I
Y'all don't
genuinely
like
already-
festivals like that.
I don't like big crowds in places in general. I'm not a big fan because stuff like this happens. Like this is the extreme, but some fucked up shit always. If you bring enough people together, something fucked up
bound
will
to
happen.
True.
You see what I'm saying? And that's always why I don't like. That's why I don't even like going to nightclubs. For that same logic.
It's
There's always
Cool. Nightclubs are cool.
if we bring enough people together, something bad will happen. People cause problems. There's gonna be a
It's
fight.
gonna be fine.
There's gonna be a conflict and
Why so
altercation.
ominous?
There's always
going to
conflict,
be-
but
there's always
not.
a problem.
You don't have to be involved
I
in the
don't
conflict.
like.
They can
being
do their
around.
shit.
I'm not saying I've never gone. I'm not saying I'll never go. I'm just saying I don't make a habit out of it, and I won't make a habit out of it. That's. I
Alright.
know you've been meaning to go out.
All right.
We will.
Let me
we
get
will.
rich first. I'm working on it.
From
Then I'll go out.
You rich guy.
I'm not rich at all. I'm working on
You're
it.
doing good. You're doing good.
I'm not
You're doing
doing
good, buddy.
from one rich guy to another rich guy.
Boom.
Let's talk metaverse real quick before we.
What is that even?
I see what you did there.
Okay. You're good. You're good.
No,
You're good. You're good.
we have to. No, we have to. The best way to segue is this. So, Mark Zuckerberg did the whole keynote about the metaverse.
Yeah.
Not long after that,
Mark
he did-
Zuckerberg, CEO, Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Meta.
Not long after that, however, he did an interview with Gary Vee, who
Yeah.
asked him more questions. That's more recent.
Yeah.
About the metaverse. Thoughts? Did you see the interview?
I didn't see everything.
Did you see the interview?
I saw
Did you see the keynote?
Yeah, I saw the keynote.
I watched some of the keynote.
Mhm.
Explain the keynote to me because I feel like you understand this a lot better. Yes,
So-
we are segueing. Don't worry, we'll get it. We'll get you into it as we go.
So
Audience.
the keynote was about Mark Zuckerberg basically announcing that they're pivoting their company from a purely social network to a metaverse company.
Facebook is now Meta.
Yes. So they want to be metaverse first, and their whole idea is about connecting people in digital spaces.
So what is the metaverse?
The metaverse. See, do you want the Facebook definition, or do you want like the definition?
I
that
want
people,
the Jeffrey definition.
the definition that the internet.
I want
Or
your definition.
My definition is the metaverse is a place where people, independent of their system, independent of their tools, independent of anything and everything, can connect with the tools and elements that they have from other things. So if I buy something in one metaverse, in one game, one area, one social network, I can take that element and bring it to every other element somewhere else. So I can use that to interact with other people.
And what do you mean somewhere else?
And not from one game to another game, from one game to another social network, from a social network to a workplace to anything else.
So essentially, to a degree, it's actually already the same way which you use your Facebook account to log in other apps.
To a degree,
That's a part of it already.
that is like like the tiniest
Yeah, a little
example of that.
example of
Yeah.
that concept.
That's how I see the metaverse. People have described it in that, but also more elaborately, some people have described it as a place where you have an infinite amount of digital worlds that are made by different companies, people, and entities, and all those digital worlds interact with each other, although they are not made of the same thing.
But can't you describe it or sum it up as the internet on steroids?
It's too simple today. Internet on steroids is too simple.
Depends. I see what you're saying. I don't think the nerds like that definition.
Oh.
It doesn't.
I see what you're saying.
It doesn't
I don't
explain
think
what you can do with it. You're
Yeah,
right.
man.
You're right, but it doesn't explain the full effect of it.
Well,
But yeah,
the part of it that I don't get is the adamant how adamant they are about the virtual reality part of it.
that
has
is
to be the main thing. Because I watched the keynote, it was
I think
very
that's the most attractive thing. I think people can actually.
That's the Facebook definition. Because Facebook just bought like a few years ago Oculus, the art of VR company,
Mhm.
and they don't have hardware. Remember, all the tech companies.
well they do now.
Now they have. But remember, all the tech companies, all the big and lasting tech companies have hardware. Google, as much as it is a search engine company,
They have hardware.
they have hardware. They have speakers that are in your house from which you can search.
Mhm.
Apple, we know Apple, laptops, phones, all that shit. Microsoft, they have
They're
hardware.
lacking on the speaker side though, but that's a whole other conversation.
But Microsoft has hardware.
That's
Every
Tesla.
Tesla, the hardware is the car,
Yeah.
is a very important piece of hardware. But their real business is about batteries. So Facebook was missing that part.
Okay.
No, partly.
Yeah.
But Facebook was missing that part. For them, they figured out they tried literally making phones. Nobody wants a Facebook phone. You don't want your data to be taken even more than Google already takes it. Too much. So they bought VR with the intention to do that same thing that Apple and all these other things did.
Okay, so here's my thing. Have you ever used one of those things?
A VR
What?
goggle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you used one?
Not comfortable.
So how are we gonna do
That
this?
shit makes me sweaty.
Did you see the keynote? Because I saw the keynote. If you
The
saw
first
the keynote,
5 minutes, or first 10 minutes, putting on a VR
Magic.
thing is great. No,
Magic.
it feels very
Five fucking seconds is
vague.
what
No,
What?
you're in a different world.
No, exactly.
I've done it too. It gave me a fucking headache.
I understand.
No, but the first minute, the first few seconds.
I didn't last long. I really didn't. It was okay for just like the first beginning, yes, and then at a certain
But
point,
after
like,
that,
this
of
is
course,
just-
yeah,
this is
yeah,
mad,
yeah.
fam. Get this thing off me.
Yeah.
It feels very unnatural. Here's
It
why.
does. It does.
Because it's the longer it goes on,
Mhm.
the more it's kind of like there's this detachment of your
Exactly.
of your mind and body because
Yes.
your eyes are registering a different
Completely.
dimensions of space,
True.
whereas your body is still in a
Yeah.
different one. So what your mind is registering, what you see doesn't match with what your body is experiencing. So you have this sort of imbalance.
But I think
And you
it's a
feel
matter
sick.
of time. But I think it's a matter of time
but-
for people to adjust to that.
Well, that's the funny
they
thing.
will.
I've read studies that show that children don't have that problem. It's
Yeah.
older people that have it.
Yeah.
But when you let kids do it, they're fine.
That's the scary shit.
no, because
like kids also, like-
no, because we've already we're used to
Their mind is
certain-
malleable. So if their
Yeah,
brain
they
gets
can
used to it,
do it,
Yeah,
and
they will do it
they're
forever.
switching back and forth. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
So the
Give me
the
a
thing
fucking
with
headache.
Facebook, they are trying to do that, but their ultimate play is not even VR. The ultimate play is AR. VR is part of it for us at home and doing stuff, but ultimately the real deal.
Do you have one?
No, I've been.
I was
meaning to
planning
buy
on
one.
buying one. Yeah,
I've been meaning to buy one.
Oculus Rift.
The reason why I didn't buy it is because Facebook requires you to have a Facebook login for Oculus Rift. They want to see what I see. Nah, I'm good. No,
there's other ones though.
there's other ones that are very good actually. Yeah,
I'm gonna buy a different one. No.
I've been trying to buy the one for PlayStation because I have a PlayStation.
Oh, they have one.
Yeah, they have. No,
Does Google have one?
they don't. They have. You can put your phone in a case. and do that.
Samsung has one. Oh yeah, they have the card box. Yeah,
Yeah.
but Samsung also had one.
Samsung has
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
No, they don't even have a card box. They have like a legit headset where you can put the phone in. And
Oh, because it used to
and
be
it
the
works
cardboard
better. Yeah.
or cardboard.
They have better versions as well. Now, like the whole Facebook Metaverse play is an interesting one. It's a play for hardware, like I said,
Mhm.
but it's also a play for becoming the next Google. Because you're not wrong in your estimate of Metaverse being the internet on steroids, but it's also a completely new internet that is not unsearchable, but is difficult to index.
Mhm.
The whole thing that made Google so big was not the fact that they figured out the internet. They made sure that you could find a piece of the internet.
It's the aggregate.
That's why he
Of-
also because the
connecting.
thing that like,
Yeah.
surprised me about the keynote is how thorough it was, how specific it was. It wasn't
Very
like, oh, this concept. Said no. You had names for everything too. You would have your home space,
Mm-hmm.
which you could just design. Apparently, that even exists already.
Yes.
If you have an Oculus, that already is a thing in there. So you have like a
Mhm.
home space, but then there will be more options for you to edit it and change it in which way you like. And then from there on, from that space, you could go to all sorts of other spaces made by them, but also by other people that have made
Have you ever
those spaces.
Have you guys ever? Yeah, go ahead.
And
sorry.
then so you would teleport to just any. So have you ever seen that movie, Ready Player One?
My God, I
what I
swear,
was
that's
gonna-
what
Yeah.
what exactly what it was.
But that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
But
Ready Player One.
Yeah,
that's
but
the one.
that movie also, I don't find it very
It's-
realistic.
I like the movie though.
Oh, it's a great
I really
movie.
like
It's a
the
great
movie.
movie.
I really like
It's
the
a fun movie.
Good movie.
Yeah,
Good movie.
it's
It's
a
a really
good
good
movie.
movie.
It's a good movie. It's a great movie.
Really
It's
good
like
movie.
one of the as much as the movie.
It's not realistic.
It's not
Yeah,
realistic,
but still, it's
but it
more
gives.
one of the-
It's one of the more fun and good science fiction movies that
Because-
we have lately.
It is literally how I see, the Facebook metaverse.
That's
it's
exactly what he's
developing.
doing. One for
Exactly.
one. Exact copy.
He's
Exactly.
doing that, and it's scary how he doesn't realize. that
Maybe
he's
if we get
making-
the suits.
maybe, but
Well, he said they're working on that. Huh? He
Yeah.
said they're working on the thing that you should be able to feel. I don't know, man. I feel like
I don't
this
like.
is where it
I
starts
don't
to
like
go
his
a little
version
much.
of the metaverse because here's
No, now imagine someone slaps you. You see how people? Okay, so check it out like this, right?
Uh,
You see how people treat each other on the internet because it's all detached. You guys are laughing. I'm dead ass.
No.
You see how people treat each other in because it's all detached. Now imagine you add elements. First of all, you're gonna add this element of actually seeing everything,
yeah.
and then now you're also gonna add an element of like, so someone can actually touch you,
Yeah.
and shit like. Well, he said you could ban anybody. You would also be able to do that. Privacy would be important. He also said that.
they did a whole segment about that at
Yeah, I did a whole
Yeah, of
segment
course,
about
that's one of the
privacy.
most important thing, when it comes to Facebook. Yeah.
Facebook and privacy. Really?
At least, that's one of their, main points but okay, whatever.
We
Yeah.
all know that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
No, seriously, we all know that's some bullshit.
It's true. I know
Like-
what you're saying.
The idea for the metaverse is not. It's really not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that makes it not plausible is the fact that they focus on virtual reality worlds and AR worlds so much. The metaverse is going to happen, but it will not be only digital worlds. It will be different kind of websites that interact with each other seamlessly.
I think that's the biggest part of
Mhm.
it because you can already because virtual reality already exists. Obviously, they have
Yeah.
it. They've made it. You can
Yeah.
have a virtual reality game where you go into that has its own, world, its own universe. All that stuff is already there. You can refine that more, sure, but it's already there. The part that is revolutionary is the part where all of it is interoperable. That is the part that it would be that part does not
Look,
exist yet.
Imagine you have a metaverse account, not Facebook metaverse, but you have an account that could be used with everything. You go to Apple, you log in there with that metaverse account. All your information is already there. You can buy a laptop easily. You can use Apple Music or whatever easily. If you say, I don't want Apple Music, you go to Spotify with that same account. You can immediately use Spotify. With that same account, you go to Google and you can find your documents you have made with Microsoft Word immediately there. And you can edit them.
One digital identity.
Yeah.
And all your data just moves from app to app.
But you know who's,
without doing anything.
you know who's trying to do this though. You know the number one group of people that's trying to get this done.
Sandbox?
Government.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even like that. Like that. Yeah.
This is
no, but seriously.
this is the ultimate play for the
Seriously.
internet.
Because
You
see,
mean with crypto?
no, the government itself, the government wants to make exactly this.
They want to be.
They want to have so
Yeah.
the government wants to be the one that because everyone sees that this is where it's going. If you're tapped in, you know where this is
Yeah,
going.
but you mean with the crypto thing?
no, in general.
In general,
In general.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
there's really already talks of
Crypto is part of it, but in general,
there's already talks of the fact that this would be a very dystopian version of it, but there's already talks about having some. The government is already developing technology for digital identities, more
Yeah.
international.
So basically,
government.
China.
Yeah, kind of what they're doing over there, but like
Yeah.
on an international level. So if you
Yeah.
look at, I don't know which organization it is, but you have to look more at like not like the United States necessarily, but like one of those like not necessarily. I don't think it was the UN, but like maybe the World Bank or something like that. One of those international government.
Yeah.
There's conversations about developing digital identities that'll be used to even connect to the internet in the first place.
Mm.
So and one system that everybody would use, that everybody has to use also. So that before you can even, it would be that like before you can even turn on the computer and connect to the internet, you would have to like scan your eye or your phone or whatever, and that would
You
be
need to
the one
identify
account.
yourself.
Yeah, and then that one account would be the one account that goes for everything. So then all
Yeah.
these different companies can still have their platform and make money that way, but the data and the account and the identity will all be kept and controlled by
The
the government. That way they can all that shit with Facebook and privacy laws and how they affect elections and also money laundering issue. All these things they can just control that in one
Very
go
dystopian.
because they don't
indeed.
know how to
Yeah.
legislate. You were seeing it more and more with social media. We saw
Yeah.
it. Then we saw it.
There's no way to control it anymore.
We're seeing it with crypto. But
Definitely.
we're also seeing it with now they have a problem even with the trading apps like
Robinhood,
Robinhood.
yeah.
What happened with Reddit? They don't know how to legislate the
Yeah.
technology and the internet.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
know how to make laws for this, and they definitely know how to enforce it. This should be the way to solve that that thing. So
Yeah,
that's
okay.
the one I think that people forget when they talk about this. The people to might actually do it might be actually a very big contender to do it would be the government.
The one thing though is that
Not
the one thing though, you're right. They will want to do it and they will most likely succeed in some kind of way. But the
not in an
true
entertaining thing, though. Not in an entertaining, for reason of entertaining people. Because Facebook Metaverse is,
no,
something
none.
leisure.
This would be pure. This would be pure for.
Not-
it would
not-
be. It would be
nothing-
pure control. It would just
Yeah.
be also not. They wouldn't make any apps or something.
No,
All they would make is the digital.
the system to connect.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, they would just
yeah.
make the system connect, and it would just be a way for them
Yeah.
to oversee. Honestly, in a way, we have it. Different countries already have it. In Netherlands, we already have it to a degree with the DigiD.
Ah,
It's
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of concept where you have
Yeah.
one account, and then you can connect to all sorts of platforms that are government owned.
Yeah.
Right. The idea would be that with this, you would have that for everything.
Yeah.
Everything that is.
I think that is the way to go, but I don't know if that will be possible because the sentiment around crypto and people who believe in the metaverse is always that the metaverse is by the people for the people.
Decentralized, basically.
Decentralized. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to use that word too much because some people don't understand what that means all the time. But yeah,
Yeah,
decentralized
centralized and decentralized.
by the people for the people. So the whole idea of the metaverse is that no one entity is in control of it. Otherwise, it's not a metaverse. Otherwise, it's like a universe.
That's how I feel.
I understand what you mean, and you're most likely right.
And
they're
it
going to
makes no
try.
sense. But
they're gonna do the play.
that plays and it's not a conspiracy. It's like a real. I just
No.
forget which name, I forget which individual, which organization it was, but there were talks about this.
Yeah.
I think I heard it even on like we watched the YouTube channel where he talked about crypto, Coin Bureau. I feel like somewhere there he mentioned something like that.
There
I forget which organization it was.
are multiple projects. I know that the European Union is working on something like that.
Well, when it comes to
China
crypto,
is doing it.
I know. It's what's it called again? With international basic income as well, and those type of talk.
Yeah.
The basic income is a big part of this because at some point, you will not need. It's not that you will not need jobs anymore, but
No, if you look at what happened during the Corona crisis, the Corona situation, right?
there needs to be a way to give it to people.
So exactly. So people, the government spent money on individuals that had it worse or bad, and they didn't control the way people were spending money. And when it comes to crypto, you could allocate the money. And you can tell, you can give the money already a certain purpose. So
you can tell
not digital currency,
not digital currency, but I mean what
yes,
they're developing.
What they're making, the central bank digital currency. Yes, exactly what you do.
What they want to develop is a certain currency that you could only spend on, for example, food.
They can control it. Yeah,
exactly.
Digitally.
So that's basically what they're going towards. But I mean, what you're saying is hella crazy.
It's not.
No, but I
think it's absolutely horrible. But they're doing it. It's in development.
Yeah.
Like it ties in. It's connected all to this. It's part of it. It's part of that same thing of the central bank digital currency. But then there was there's an idea that the next step after it would be to have a full on.
That's the plan.
Digital identity, right? So you can also keep so that people can't use the internet also without you knowing who they are.
So the interesting thing about all of this is that you are after Facebook, after Meta.
I'll look it up. I'll look up where it was and see if I can add it.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll add it to the description.
Yeah. I want
to. The interesting thing here is that after Meta did what they did the whole video. Mark Zuckerberg did his whole little thing. You saw a bunch of companies running out with solutions and things like Snapchat said, "Hey, we have our own metaverse and it's going to look and work like this kind of thing." Microsoft brought out and said, "We're going to do this and this." Nike came with patents for their metaverse and how you could use their sneakers in different or incorporate your sneakers in their metaverse. So they really started something, and I think that was the goal of Mark Zuckerberg was maybe to share this idea, but also plant this seed in multiple companies, their mindset and their goals for later, so they would prepare for something like this, and they then would add functionality for their metaverses or their plans into the Facebook metaverse. It's the long
masterful business plan. The dude knows what he's doing.
It's actually super brilliant. Nobody was thinking. Everybody was talking about it and like.
Well, everybody at our level, everybody at the in crypto, crypto gaming, online, and in that space, not on the mainstream space. He took it to the mainstream space, which I find impressive because it shows that the dude is tapped in. He's paying attention. He's not.
He knew exactly what he
knows
doing.
What's going on.
Yeah.
That's why I thought. I don't know if you watched the interview.
Mention what Gary said about the thing.
Oh, what the because he did an interview with Gary Vee, and Gary Vee was mentioning how Facebook from way back already had these games, and I forget what game it was called. It was one game with like sheep where you could collect
NFTs.
Farmville. Yes.
Farmville
and you could collect in-game items.
Yeah,
and that already was like the early version concept of NFTs. People were paying real money.
Yeah.
To each other, also I think even for those in-game.
They had that
items
early.
They had that, and they've always had games. They've always had games.
They always had games, and all the games were not. Everybody was making fun of those games because they were not traditional games where you shoot and kill. You don't run around. It's not 3D. Most of them were 2D, and you have a little farm where you pop a little bit of bubbles and you get like coins and items where you can dress a character and just do very simple shit. But if you think about it, everything people are doing with NFTs and crypto right now is basically that.
True. Yeah.
But I think the difference why that, because that was cool, and Facebook obviously is a huge company, but that's not the main thing that people use Facebook for.
Yeah.
So those things didn't really become that big. And if you look now what's happening with crypto gaming, I think the key factor, however, that makes that have a lot more potential and that's made that grow so fast is that you actually own the things that you're using and make actual money. I think that's what makes the key difference.
I think people don't understand that with Metaverse, if the Metaverse is done correctly, you actually own shit.
He does argue in his keynote, he does make the point that that's how it would have to work. He does say that also, that you would really have to, but he says it, and this is why Mark is Mark.
Within
he says it, you would really have to believe that the things you own are actually, that's how he said it. He said something like that. He said something in that way. You really have to believe or have faith that they're actually yours. Doesn't mean they actually are. You just have to really believe it.
With very good user interface, you can believe almost anything.
People will believe it. People think their Facebook account is theirs.
Yeah. No.
People think their Facebook account is theirs.
People think they have ownership of their Facebook account for literally forever. Like when they die, the Facebook account needs to stay up and show that they died and give information to people that, like, people go deep about it. You don't own shit. Your data, as soon as you log into that, the data's there.
But to be honest, I don't know. Like, I'm not even on Facebook like that. I'm more on Insta.
Yeah.
But that's part of,
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Like, but back to the ownership part, that ownership idea is going to be so important, and people don't realize. That's why I sometimes when I talk to other people about NFTs and they don't understand it.
Start talking about the
we're not
blockchain.
We're not going to go deep in that. Okay. But just the ownership part. The ownership is super important.
The whole thing is the whole point. Without that, it's useless.
Yeah.
Yes, the internet as it is right now is super limited because you don't own shit. Spotify is amazing. It's easy to use. I can open it up and I can immediately get to everything I need to and listen to what I need to and listen to podcasts and all that kind of stuff. I don't own shit. If I stop that account and delete everything, like my login information, I cannot retrieve all my listening data. I don't know what I listened to for all these years, and that's not great. That's not good.
But my thing is though, I'm gonna play devil advocate here. Wasn't there a trend? So let's say like 5 years ago, wasn't there a trend that people were moving away from owning things and using services more?
Yeah.
And now what I'm hearing you say.
How do you mean?
So Spotify, Netflix,
Uber.
Uber. Mention
Just
as
getting rid of stuff.
getting rid of stuff and using services as the way of life, basically,
as opposed to owning your
as
own car.
opposed to owning things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And what I'm hearing you guys say is, owning is becoming a thing again, but not like the physical, but more the things that are a lot more intangible. So things online, for example, owning that.
That's because the technology for digital ownership didn't really exist until recently. You
That's
couldn't
the whole
really,
reason.
really digitally own something. You could own something in a legal sense,
Yeah.
to where I guess if you are a
But
big
how do
company,
you rhyme that? How do you rhyme that? So is that in a way interlaced?
how do you mean?
So, you know, 5 years ago,
Mhm.
moving away from owning things, physical things, right? More into a space of, using Spotify services more, right? And now jumping into Metaverse or
Well, I
other
think
things.
that has all to do. That has to do with that. First of all, that's a development that came from the companies, not from the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's an economies of scale thing. It's cheaper,
yeah, of course,
right? Because they
Yeah.
can scale it and make it cheaper. But you don't really. It's the potential for you to save money. It's not the potential for you to make money. The thing with the actual ownership gives you the potential to make money, the opportunity to make money for yourself. I think that's the big.
Is
See,
that the
it's-
driving force behind
It's part of it. It's probably the biggest part of it, but I think also a big part of it was technical limitations, like you said before as well.
Mhm.
We did not have the technology to actually own stuff online. Did not really exist, because even with the MP3 that you downloaded from
Yeah.
iTunes or something like that, it was still dubious to whether you own it or not.
Because the company you're using the service of
You're
the
still
company.
using iTunes to play that music. You buy it off of iTunes,
Mhm.
but you can only play it within iTunes. You can
Yeah.
go into the system files and take it out and then put it in a different program. But for that, you need to do all of that. It's still dubious to where it really is. If iTunes decides to shut it down at some point, you might not be able to
Retrieve
recover
it. Yeah,
your
yeah.
music. It's still there. Right now, the technology has become available for ownership to be possible. And then you get to what Oliver says, and that's a whole big part of it. Ownership can turn into profit, into wealth of some sort. It can turn into like online flea markets. Let's be real. Marketplaces that we see for NFTs and that kind of stuff are flea markets. You have stuff in your wallet for a while, in your attic for a while, and at some point you say, hey, I don't need it. Let me sell it. And then you sell it. Like, you have had this piece of clothing, digital clothing for your character. Let's go 10, 20 years in the future. You have your digital avatar. You have like this shirt that you don't like. You sell it. You sell it for like $5, maybe $20. And then from that you buy a new t-shirt. That's the same people do now with clothing they have. You need to see it like that. And that was not possible. So that whole wave of companies moving away was convenient for them, also convenient for us, because we spend less money, but it was also just simply not possible for us to really own to that degree.
Yeah, okay. No, but I see what you mean. But at the same time, I don't see that it was only a move from the companies themselves, because it was also people asking for or going more towards not owning things because of, for example, environmental purposes. Because if you own things and it's bad for the environment.
Well, that's some
basically.
bozo hippie shit.
Listen, hey, minimalist.
That's some
life,
bozo because that's still a thing. I see
Yeah,
what you're
it's
saying.
still a
If you
thing,
say,
still
but
a
that's
thing.
still a
It's
thing that
countering
people are pushing.
To a degree,
And
it's
it's the same
counterintuitive.
argument that people use against the metaverse ideas.
Yeah.
No, then everyone's going to own stuff. It's not bad for the environment. We should share everything, and we
Yeah,
should
yeah.
use services and share everything. Go fuck yourself.
I feel
You heard it
that.
here first.
No, I feel you
No,
on that.
fuck all
I
that.
feel you on that. Like,
No. that's my genuine, my honest
No, I got what you mean.
response to that. No.
I've always felt like it is better. Like, I'm a big video game guy. You guys know. I like video games. I buy them a lot. These PlayStations and Xboxes now have systems where you can buy two systems. You can buy one with a CD drive, one without. The one without, you basically buy all the games on their system whenever they want it. They can.
Isn't Xbox better?
I don't want to. But you can do that. You can buy one that it has no CD drive. So you buy everything online and they own it basically, but you have access. You can also buy the other one where you have actually CDs you buy. You can put them in. I prefer that. I don't want to be dependent on a company to at some point say, hey, we're not supporting this, so you cannot play it. I can take out my PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 from years ago, connect it to my TV, plug in those CDs, and I can play.
But now, to come back to your environment point, this environment is important. I mean, fuck the hippie shit, but it is important.
Yeah.
Now you had two birds, one stone. Now you solve two problems because okay, Jeff wants to own the thing himself.
Yeah.
Cool. We want to help the environment. Cool. So what we then say is okay, we fuck the physical thing, right? We put that away.
Yeah.
That's those resources are what take a toll on the environment. But we can make it that you digitally still really own it with the technology of NFT.
Yeah, but to keep
and
that
the metaverse. So
then
he would still really own it himself.
I agree there. No, I agree there. And if you're a little knowledgeable about what goes on in that space, you're good. But I mean, what they would argue is, listen,
the hippie.
Get the hippies.
I'm not calling names, but I mean,
that's what they call. That's what they are.
What they would argue is that
he's gonna say something that's don't provoke me. Watch this. That's right.
Let him do it. I know what he's
a good point, but I'm just like,
but
them.
There's this whole concept of blockchain and it costs a lot of service, or it makes it very.
If they do it smart,
if they do it smart, all those servers, it costs.
It depends on who builds the service. Because if I take my video game example still, if they do it smart, they only need one copy of the game running, and only NFTs that give me access. So I have an
that's
ownership access
now already.
I have ownership access, and then I can get
a lot of them do it like this already.
And the only thing that is stored in my NFT is my save game. So where I've been in the game,
your character, your avatar,
everything else is the game. So that already cuts emissions by so much. Because imagine if everybody owns the CD like they do now.
Elaborate a little bit on the emissions because I think people can follow.
So for every
we're going deep.
For every piece of data that needs to be stored in a physical place. None of your data is really in the cloud. The cloud is just a database somewhere in the world.
In Japan.
Most likely.
Why Japan?
Where's most of, they're mostly in Asia. I swear to Jesus.
China.
Oh yeah, that's where they. No, there's also
big pieces of land.
India also has a lot.
Yeah,
big pieces of
China.
Big pieces of land where there's just not a lot of people living.
And
there.
they moved to America now a lot more.
No, it's just all
the recent.
There are multiple everywhere, but every piece of data is stored somewhere. So imagine if everybody has a CD at home. There's a lot of CDs that are physical. So if they get thrown into nature, those are going to fuck up nature. But if you have like a game is sometimes 200, 300 gigabytes. If you have that little drive, 200, 300 gigabytes in the data center is tiny. It's nothing. You just have that, and everybody has an NFT token that gives access to that. The emissions are cut by so much. It's super efficient.
Data.
So
energy efficient data. No, there are some bullshit. First off, the blockchain technology is incentivized to use renewable energy. Boom. That's one.
Listen,
but also my main
because it's cheaper.
No, but also my main thing that I don't like about this argument.
Yeah.
And that's not even the one that the crypto people mostly talk about. Is that everyone's forgetting and ignoring that. First off, it's cheaper and better than what you do now. That's what people keep forgetting. But I think with people that are not into it, they don't see it as an addition, not as a replacement. They see it as, oh, we're already doing this. This adds more.
Yeah.
No. You should stop your nonsense. And we're going to go do this instead. That's what we're saying. Plus, another thing that people don't really acknowledge is that this technology is in its infant stage. They keep forgetting that part.
Yeah,
It's not done. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that was but it's not even remotely close to finished.
If you would stop the internet when it was like dial-up, we would never be here. It's exactly that.
Not done.
This shit is gonna get so much quicker.
And we're already
useful.
seeing there's already, because they mostly say that in relation to Bitcoin. I'm like, there's already dozens that are faster, cost less energy. They're already there. You just don't know shit. You fucking.
We're getting into
bullshit.
a whole crypto convo that we can do for hours.
Segue.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like it's part of the metaverse. The metaverse is, you cannot do the metaverse without crypto, and I don't think people understand that.
To bring it back to Facebook though, masterful business move by Mark.
So smart.
Masterful. The keynote too.
So smart.
Only thing though, should have hired DiCaprio for that shit. That dude can't act shit. He was awkward as a motherfucker.
That man was stiff as fuck.
Did you watch it? He acted. He did the whole thing. It was like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
he did the whole fucking movie himself.
This man was.
It was like
stiff.
no, seriously. Like he did whole like scenes and like he acted. No, seriously.
This man was worse than Elon Musk.
Yeah, like, and he had like other characters. He would like talk to them and like he would did this one, like the one where he went surfing with a guy and.
You know,
I need to see this, man.
No, you need to see it. You really need.
Yeah, one way he went surfing with someone. Yeah, one way he went fencing with someone, and like it was a whole movie. It was a whole production.
They also
literally like Ready Player One. It was like Ready Player One, like
in and out,
like a B version of Ready Player One.
It's actually very interesting video. I urge everybody to have a look at it because it's one of the first times in a long time that
God Ashton Kutcher to do it.
Much better.
Why?
Well, then again, I'm joking around. It really is, because that was one thing I thought. It's very good that he did it himself.
Yeah,
he can't act, but the best move was for him to do it himself.
It made it more relatable
because to show him.
It's personal. Yeah,
his face.
It makes
if you get an
better.
actor, then it's this thing that face. But when he made it his thing, he presented the whole thing himself.
I would not be surprised if in a few years we look back at this in the same way as
we looked at Steve
Jobs bringing out the iPhone.
Yeah.
Because
makes sense.
This is one of the most futuristic views of the future that we have seen. Like this is like the clearest. Somebody really showed us like this is what we are planning to do. This is how it's gonna look. This is how it's gonna work.
Oh, I think
that doesn't happen that often.
I should also the part about work I actually thought was the most realistic.
What do you mean work?
So he divides it in different pieces. It's very well done. It's very well organized. Like it was very thorough. It's very specific. That's what made me go, okay, this is very real.
You know they have billions of dollars, huh?
Yeah, so?
Yeah, but they actually put work in
it. No, but billions of dollars doesn't mean that you fleshed out the idea that thoroughly. The concept is very thoroughly fleshed out, is what I mean. It wasn't like, because I've heard keynotes and presentations of that are very vague.
Yeah, okay.
And this was not vague. This was really, this is exactly how it's going to work.
Yeah.
Right? So the first part
was... This is the roadmap.
Yeah. Well, no, they showed you even like this is how it works. So you have the part that was like games. You had where you had your home space. And then you could go to different games. And then you had work. Right? Mm-hmm. And that also had a name. It might have just been workspace or work or something. It also had a name. But work, metaverse version of work. And I thought that one was actually very interesting and very... far more realistic.
It was achievable.
Yeah, exactly. He tied it into obviously hybrid working and pandemic, of course, but it was a lot more very practical. It was very practical. I think the gaming thing where you're gonna be fucking floating in the sky with fairies and shit, that was a little difficult for me. But the one where it's like, okay,
it's more difficult to grasp.
Give us an example from.
Also, the way he explained that you would have like a shared, basically like a shared digital space, like a shared digital office. Right. And the same way you use now things like, in this case, then like Microsoft Teams, they would have something like that, but then more VR oriented. Which now, like sense. Since we were working home, you have these Zoom calls, Microsoft Team calls, and they get tiring. Right. The way this would work, it would be a lot more, as opposed to scheduling those things in those systems. It would be more, he would add the element of spontaneity and randomness to it. So the same way if you're working in an office, someone can pass by, that concept would then exist in a digital way as well. So you would so you wouldn't have to log into a call or whatever. You would just, as soon as you start working, you would just log into this sort of augmented space. And then you would have the possibility for other people to also log in, pass by. Yeah, like you could see them.
Hey,
and they could casually sort of, you see what I'm saying? If they're looking at, You have the shared space. If they're looking at something that you're also looking at, you would see that they're also there,
Okay, I
and you
see
would
what
hear
you
them automatically.
Yeah, okay.
The nice thing
Okay,
in that
so, yeah.
the nice thing
Yeah.
in that section is that the AR made also a lot of sense in that section. Like
The AR made a lot of
If
sense,
you-
and that's yeah.
if you are in a digital space, if somebody is in a VR space and has the whole headset and is a full digital character, and you're not, you could still interact with each other and it would still make sense because they could still walk into your workspace
Mhm.
and you would still see them and you could still look at the same thing as them, but you also see your actual.
But you also had a
Right.
focus setting.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like almost like how you can on like again something like Microsoft Teams, you can put yourself on like away mode, and then
Mhm.
people you don't get notifications, people hit you. Sort of like that. You could put yourself on like a focus setting,
Yeah.
and then there no one could reach you. You'd only be in focus, and you would be
Yeah.
doing that. But you also had a setting where you could be open, and then people could pass by in and out of your.
This thing was super interesting. Like it is. I keep saying it is.
I'm
If
gonna
you
watch it.
haven't
I'm
seen
gonna
it-
watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch
Also,
it.
to people watching this, listening to this, if you haven't seen it, definitely give it a try. It's like, there were classic videos always that showed how the future could be.
Yeah.
Like we would have flying cars and all that kind of stuff. I see this as the current version of that, and it's probably the clearest and most achievable one we have seen in a while.
Thus far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So give that a watch. Give that a listen. Listen to the Gary Vee conversation as well because he makes a lot of stuff clear. I've not seen everything, but the stuff I've seen already it already shows this man was not playing around when he did. He really knows what the fuck he's doing. So yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. We were the Three Angry Men. I'm Jeffrey.
Duncan.
Oliver.
And we thank you for listening. You can find us on YouTube. The full video will be there. You can find the audio everywhere where podcasts are playing. So Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, other places. You can just find it there. SoundCloud as well. We upload through SoundCloud. We are available on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. You can message us there. You can find us there. You can find other people who listen to this podcast there. Comment and subscribe everywhere as well. And thank you for listening. Peace.